The Spiritual Tape Recorder by Barrie Mahoney. I am a Quaker, and Quakers are used to sitting quietly and opening our minds to the Spirit, or whatever we call what it is that refreshes us, gives us purpose, and makes us whole. We find this during the stillness of a Quaker meeting, or a peaceful walk, or maybe while we're doing the ironing. There's no set place to feel a connection. For me, peace and meditation is often best achieved within the tranquillity of an old building, a church, a chapel, or maybe a quiet National Trust property. When we enter a building for the first time, we often immediately sense if it's welcoming or not, and whether we'd feel comfortable there. The reasons are unclear, but we may not know why we feel this way, but it's real. This feeling is often described as our inner eye, which in generations gone by would connect to the unseen world. It's a powerful sense which has become more acute within me as I get older. I often describe this feeling as a spiritual tape recorder, although younger generations might understand the term spiritual streaming service rather better. I prefer my term since it suggests an enormous reel-to-reel tape recorder with an endless recording tape. I've always felt that somehow there is a celestial tape recorder in churches and old buildings recording positive feelings such as happiness, celebration, and joyous moments as they take place within its walls. In turn, these moments are replayed to those who care to listen and are open to the Spirit. Like many others, I find great comfort this way during times of worry and distress and at times of personal crisis. It's also true that I sometimes sense that opposite feeling in some buildings, but I won't dwell on this here. During a recent health crisis, I found myself visiting the cloisters of Tor Abbey in Devon, and was overwhelmed by a feeling of peace, tranquillity, and closeness to the Spirit as I walked around its ruined cloisters. Close by were the remains of monks and other abbey workers who practiced a daily life and routine of faith, worship, and service. Sitting within the peaceful confines of this space had a powerful healing effect upon me. I've revisited several times, and I always leave feeling at peace and spiritually refreshed. Similarly, when we lived in Spain and later in the Canary Islands, I'd often wander into a Catholic church and sit quietly for a few minutes, sometimes much longer. Again, I'd feel a great sense of peace, spiritual warmth and connection. Of course, it's much easier to wander into a church in Spain, since church doors are usually left unlocked, particularly during the day. In the UK, church doors are usually firmly fastened. I appreciate the reasons why, but it does deny some their spiritual refreshment or a moment of respite from a busy and troubling world. The spiritual tape recorder is there to help and support us whenever we wish to draw closer to the Spirit, to share our thoughts and feelings, and to draw comfort and succour when it's most needed. You don't even need to press play. Give it a try. I heartily recommend it. You have been listening to The Spiritual Tape Recorder by Barrie Mahoney. If you'd like to find out more about me and my books, please have a look at my website, www.barriemahoney.com, and thank you for listening.